Hey, this is not my normal kind of video. I'm well aware of that. And this is not replacing any kind of video. Just so you're aware. My weekly uploads once a week, they'll still come out. This is just a low effort. This is going to go along the side because this is important to me. I'm enjoying this topic I'm talking about. Now we're on the same page. I'm also going to disclose another thing. Here's my disclaimer. I am in no way a game developer. I am in no way even closely related to that. I am simply someone who's enjoying the game, and while I have dipped into coding a little bit, it's definitely nowhere near as extensive as some of the people over at Respawn that are graciously working on this free game that we are all playing. I am simply looking for to help improve this, again, free game that I'm in every way grateful for because it's a really fun game and I think lots of people should be playing it. Now I've gotten that aside, I do have some things I'd like to say about Season 3 of Apex Legends. Some of them good, some of them bad, and you can already tell this is not very scripted. This is off the dome. I do have a small little list of things I've noticed that I have taken gracious note of. If I were trying to describe Season 3 in one word, I would say stressful, but like in a good way. I mean good intentions of it. BRs, they should be stressful. I mean, I've had over 100 hours in the game, and I've always felt that the last map was a little too easy. Easy is the wrong word. There wasn't a whole lot of fighting, and I noticed that in this newer season, there's a lot more fighting going on, and that has both its upsides and downsides. But I think it's overall a net positive for the game. Right. What's now on the map subject, I do want to say something is I don't like has to be the opened and closed parts. Like, it's almost two maps that are kind of split halfway. Like, I kind of liked how you had one open strip, another open strip, and then a last final open strip over by like Hydro Dam, not Hydro Dam, the water treatment, etc. Like, you had those three sections. And it led to some really, in my opinion, interesting gameplay. With that, I also would like to, if I were to make one suggestion, because both maps, both the old and the new, have their upsides and downsides, I would honestly like to see Apex Legends adopt a similar method to what PUBG had, where you opt into the different maps. I do think they should also have map-specific guns, but that's a topic for another time. For right now, I just kind of want to go down my list. As well as the map, I think the loot tables could be tweaked. And when I say tweaked, I really do mean tweaked. Like, I remember there was a game at like the tail end where I had literally seen about 8 guns. Like, this is a fresh one. I just got in. We had just started looting. I picked up 2 guns. I saw 6 others. And I only had a stack of light ammo. That was it. A stack of light ammo. And maybe some shotgun shells. And that, in my opinion, is not acceptable. There should be sparse armor. There should be sparse ammo. Ammo is not a thing you are required to have. Like, you should be scrounging around for your bullets, making every shot count. But this is a little too extreme. This has been my entire experience playing these first few hours of Season 3. I do think that this meta, if they do decide to keep with the low ammo count, I think the meta is going to be snipers and shotguns, and I think that was kind of hinted at with their Armed and Dangerous event. But I can't say for certain. And I know that shotguns are an annoying meta to deal with in any game. just because shotguns are, they make pushing kind of difficult. But I mean, like I said, this is off the dome. This is just the mouth is producing noise. But yeah, I would really wish a little more ammo would spawn. I wouldn't necessarily say it needs to be double or triple, maybe like 1.5. A stack and a half of ammo within the first run through of a looting spot. That's decent. That's a clip and a half, a couple clips and a half. I could be well okay with that. If I can't kill an enemy within 3 clips of any gun, then I probably shouldn't be playing a BR game to begin with. That makes sense? 1.5. It's a little too low of an amount. With that being said, though, because I did just talk about, loot tables and how more ammo should spawn, I don't think they should be adjusting it too much. Like, there's a wide variety of guns that spawn. There's a wide amount of things that spawn. Like, you're not just stuck to you run through and you get like one frag grenade and then you're stuck with frag grenades the whole game. I do like the aspect of you have options, but I just really, with that, I don't think anything else should be changed other than the ammo. Once the ammo gets fixed, I think the map at least is going to be pretty spot on. However, I do have a few things I noticed. I don't know if this is map specific or if it's the game or they changed something. I did notice that sound was a lot more boosted, so to speak. And what I mean by that, I could hear people from further away without the volume being amped up. Does that make sense? Like, I don't forget what the places are, but we were in the city. And I don't know if this is just me, if this is worldwide. I could literally hear the enemy's footsteps, and I keep my headset at a pretty low volume just because I don't like loud noises. I could still hear my enemy's footsteps from about 3/4 of the way to the other side of the city. Like, that's a little crazy. I think that plays into some of the downsides to the OP-ness of Crypto. Like, he's pretty overpowered, and I think it's simply because he can hear enemies from essentially like 40-50 meters away and then find them with his drone. I think Crypto would have been better off in the previous instance because, or at least more balanced, because there was no what am I trying to say? It wasn't a hunt. Like, the person who you hunted with was Bloodhound. And he was just kind of a reconnaissance where if we were to loot this upcoming spot, how dangerous is it, right? And that's just, I mean, again, that's my thoughts. I think if he didn't hear, or if people couldn't hear from so far away, that wouldn't be as much of a problem. But, I mean, that's just my thoughts. I'm going to close that with some more on another one of sort of things that are weird. Like, because we talked about sound being boosted, that was weird to me. I don't know how many other people experience that. But this is one that I know for a fact is experienced through more people, because I played with some buddies and they all verifiably, we all had the same experience. We were playing. We both had charge rifles because I was really amped for the charge rifles. That was like my favorite anti-Titan weapon in Titanfall 2. And I'm like, okay, I could easily use this weapon. And I noticed like something that I can only describe as strange and weird. It takes a sniper stock, right? And you with me so far? It's a gun that takes a sniper stock, but it doesn't take sniper sights. And I don't know if that's a balance thing, but I've always gotten used to where you pick up a gun that is a sniper. You know that because it uses a sniper stock. And it also has sniper sights. it's not the biggest thing in the world by any means. If it's an assault rifle and you wanted to put it somewhere else other than standard stocks, I could see that. That's a very good reason to do that. I think consistency should be more important than just straight up balance, if that makes sense. But yeah, I would really advocate for either making it an assault rifle where it's got an assault rifle stock, or the standard stock, or you make it a sniper and allow it to have sniper sights. That would be my one wish and desire. Another, I don't know for a fact this is a bug. I'm pretty sure people have reported it. I'm pretty sure it's being worked on. But whenever you're doing an intro sequence, like you pick your characters, there's an instance where Pathfinder just T-poses. And it's a very, very uncanny, uncomfortable looking T-pose. And I hope it's not intended because the lighting effects that are broken with that just don't make it look pretty. And I do have some thoughts about the new gun, and that is the charge rifle. I mentioned it before, how it couldn't use sniper sights. Now I want to talk about sort of the balance of this gun, and my thoughts. And I really do want you guys, if you've gone this far in the video and you do have your own thoughts, please leave them in the comments below. It really does help. I want a discussion to be made from this video. I know I don't have the biggest reach, and I'm hoping this kind of gets a little traction my way, but at the same time gets added to the voices of people who have thoughts on this, and any idea could be a good idea, if that makes sense. I think the charge gun is a little too overpowered. Nah, I say a little. I think as an early game gun, it's OP. That's just many guns are like that. I think what's a good example? Peacekeeper, early game. You can get 2-shot. But I think the charge gun, with it being so accurate without ADSing, I think some tweaks do need to be made. And the kind of tweaks I've been thinking of is in Titanfall 2, you had the option of either going for a short burst that was less damage but was the same DPS, or you had a longer charge time that was doing more damage. Then again, it didn't have the laser that comes out when you shoot it in Apex, is what it has. And I would personally like to see that make a little bit of a return. I don't think it should be as drastic, but I think something that could be done is you get the charge rifle. It functions much like the Peacekeeper, except you have to aim, right? You get the Peacekeeper, you aim down your sights, you take your shot, and it's a good click before you can shoot. You have to poke corners and peek. I think a mod that should come with, that should be required for the charge rifle to shoot fast, should be where it does, takes a little bit of damage percentage off from the burst, when that laser goes off. A little bit, I would say 20%. But then also shorten the cooldown by 50%. So that it's a benefit. You pick up this hop-up, it's a benefit. You want it, but you don't necessarily need it. I think that would make it a little more balanced for early game, especially with how common it is, how much it spawns. I don't think I've played a single game where I haven't gotten the charge rifle. A single game out of the 20 games I've played. Not a single one have I not picked up the charge rifle. I think for early game, that's especially unbalanced. Because early game is things like P2020s, Mozambique, R99, etc. That's what I have. That's my thoughts. I really do want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. If you have thoughts about If I said something you don't like, you want to, give me your reasons why. If you want to just I really encourage conversation here. Outside of that, I really hope you all have a good one. I will see you at a different time. Bye.